churches teach. And so, yeah, don't fall for it, folks. Ask the Lord yourself, and just ask Him yourself. Don't believe what I'm saying, don't believe what anybody else says. Read the Bible, and just ask Him to lead and guide you into what to read and what not to read. Ask Him to reveal the truth to you in all things. And that's all you have to do. You seek Him. Seek Him. Don't waste your time on these Hale Lindsays and Jack Van Impies and Masons R. Us TBN Network. Yeah, he pulled me away from that a long time ago. And so, just get away from, mainstream people. And get in focus with Him. That's the one thing I've been saying for years and years now. You should just ask Him to reveal the truth in all things to you. And so anyway, folks, I'm gonna wrap up tonight. But I just wanted to get on the air. It's good hearing you tonight. Peace, blessings to you. Well, thank you. Good. Let me read these real quick. Yeah, the secret of numbers. I don't know about that, and so I'm not going to get into that right now. Kind of have a religious aspect to it, and like I said, nothing about the Lord that's religious. He's not religion, folks. A question from a listener. Do the planets Saturn and Venus have any sort of contribution or influence in these last days? My reason for asking relates to the fact that both planets appear very bright in the night skies. Venus appears in the western skies and Saturn in the eastern. I understand that Lucifer has power over both. What does this mean? When do you suspect martial law to hit? Yeah, bless. Yes I do. Saturn and Venus. I have an article on Venus. Sherry Shriner in my article section. About the coming Venus deception and stuff like that. I don't remember what the name of it's called. Venus is where I believe a lot of these after-death, near-death experiences, I believe that a lot of people have been taken to Venus, and they think it's heaven, and I think that's where they pull off that charade, because I don't believe in these near-death experiences that are there from the Most High, and I think they pull that off at Venus. I think I talked about that in my article, too. Saturn, Lord of the Rings, you've heard of that. Saturn, Satan has a temple on Saturn. Actually heard from one of these ex-Illuminati people. And I think Bill Schnoebelen talks about it in his series, The Ex-Vampire, or the Ex-Vampire, that I promote on SherryShriner.com and TheWatcherFiles.com. I believe he talks about Saturn and the fact that there's a temple on it, and some of these Illuminati children will be taken there for like an initiation or whatever. I don't remember specifically. I just remember there being a temple on Saturn that Satan has. And this Sananda, this guy that goes around who looks like this Jesus, well, he is this Jesus in the churches today. The picture, not the actual person, Yahushua. But they have this picture that people have adopted as Jesus, which is really Sananda. And he reigns over Venus, too. And he has a lot to do with Venus. The Pleiadians have a lot to do with Venus. This whole New Age deception, these ascended masters, they have a lot to do with coming from Venus and stuff. You have to remember that these fallen angels, folks, because that's what these aliens are, there's fallen angels, they live on these planets. Now, all the planets in our solar system are hollow, just like Earth is. And they live inside of our Earth, and they live inside of Venus and Saturn, they live in all the planets. So yeah, there's still Satan's dumping grounds today, just as they were during the rebellion, even though they were destroyed by the Lord, causing them to go towards the insides, the hollow parts of these planets, just like they had to go to the hollow parts of the Earth. When do you suspect martial law? I guess when the first bomb hits. I don't know if that will be this year or by September 2008. I would assume it's going to hit by September of 2008. So, anytime between now and 2008. We really do have extra time here. Because I remember when I first started looking at the Bible codes, it was like 2002, 2003 when I started getting into the codes. And in 2004, the United States was in full-blown martial law. And that would have, if we had stayed on that timeline, that would have been 2004. And so we really are on extra time here. So even still being here in 2007 and not being in martial law, for many it's a blessing. So anytime between now and I would say September of 2008. I know in 2009 there's just so much chaos going on. Even if they dragged this out for another year and Hillary was elected president and we had to go through 6 months of her or whatever, because she's very instrumental behind martial law. So watch Hillary, I guess. Hillary Clinton, she's Satan's daughter, you know. She's definitely a beast of his. 2009 for sure. If I had to throw a date, I would say, like I've been saying, definitely by 2009. Simply because I see the entire United States at war and in complete chaos in 2009. But you can't throw out anything, any kind of curveballs before then. You know, don't go to sleep. Stop, prepare, do what the Lord has you to do. Because like I said, everybody else is looking at Iran. I'm seeing alien invasions coming in my spirit. I don't see us going to Iran. I'm seeing, Lord wants me to focus more on that. He's giving me that peace for some reason. And so just prepare. Even if it doesn't make sense. And you know it's of the Lord, just do it. Just do it in faith. Act in faith. You know? Because not everything He has us do always makes sense. I just traveled over 2 weeks in the West Coast on something a lot of people probably think is absolutely nuts. But look at how they've reacted, you know? They're practically blowing the whole place, blowing it up on fire. We hit them hard. They hit us back hard for doing it, you know. 23 days ago, I was practically dead from their satellite beam attacks. And so, it's a war, folks. But if you love the Lord, you're at perfect peace. And like I've said, if you're in fear, then just love Him more. That's all you have to do is love Him more, because perfect love casts out fear. And we're warriors of the Lord's, and if you're in it to win it, and you're in it with Him, whether it be by life or by death, then why do you fear if you die? If you really mean what you say, that you're His through life and through death, then don't fear death. Don't fear life, don't fear death. Just walk with Him. And if it's being alive or it's being killed or dead or whatever, so be it. So be it. That's why I look at it. Anyway, till next week, folks. There's items from people, but I'm not going to answer these right now. Next week, folks, I'll be here. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I never know what I'm going to talk about. I just let the Lord lead. And that's the way it is, and that's the way it's always going to be. This is His show. I'm just a mouthpiece. And hopefully, it's doing some good for His people out there. Anyway, till next week, God bless everybody.